I didn't think people do that to a pregnant girl, but like, it's fine.
People are brutal though.
Virtual reality.
Hi, I'm Denny Murphy.
And I'm Evan Real.
And it seems like everyone has been getting unholy this week, Evan, because The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and the Sam Smith song that, is in the intro of it has been playing in every home because this show is taking over.
A Mormon swinging scandal has hit Utah.
No one was innocent. Everyone has hooked up with, everyone.
I know. I think it's only been about a week since it premiered. And, you and I watched the series before everyone else did. We loved it from the jump. I had a feeling it would make a splash. I just didn't think. I never expected that it would make this big of a splash. But I'm so happy because that's the thing with new reality shows. You never know how they're going to do. And I honestly think that it's really hard for a new show, a new franchise to break through. But honey, they've broken through.
It's the power of the hair extensions. Yeah. They're all Rapunzeling to the top of, They let down their hair in Hulu Studios. It's #1. It's really taking over. And the girls are having, almost all the girls are having so much fun with the newfound fame. Well, not newfound fame because they've been TikTok stars with TV fame.
Yeah, so we got to talk about Whitney.
Sorry, Whitney, but we gotta.
We got to talk about Whitney. So when we spoke to the entire cast last week, no one had watched the show yet. Mm-hmm. And so when they were telling us that, you and I were a little bit shocked because I was like, with the way the Whitney story plays out on the show, I was surprised that she even agreed to do the press day. Now she has seen the show and her social media reactions. It's making a lot of sense because she was certainly villainized on the show. I mean, I don't know. Did she villainize herself? Did the edit villainize her? I'm not sure. She's playing the villain,
and she
does it well.
Yeah, she does it well, and she is keeping that brand strong because, in true villain fashion, she's dropping some receipts on social media.
Yes. So she shared some private text messages between herself and Mayci, which I thought was kind of a bold move. I mean, look, I'm here for the tea. I'm here for a receipt. Mm-hmm. If you're posting a private text message, I'm reading it.
I want to say.
However, I was surprised that she did make that move because Mayci was kind of her biggest and only ally for a large duration of the series. So to me, that signals that Whitney, when she left Mom Talk, she really meant it because now she's leaving her only friend in the group. You know what I'm saying?
In the building. Yeah, I know. She's on an island with herself and her new baby and her husband.
Yeah.
And when we talked to Mayci, she kind of was a little taken aback by what she even went so far to call her slimy.
She did call her slimy.
Which is such an adjective.
I
haven't heard.
Bring slimy back.
Yeah.
Bring slimy back. I feel like I don't use that word enough. So thank you, Mayci, for reminding us how great that word is, slimy.
Slimy. You're slimy. Because it really encaptures an entire mood. Because she's like, no, you're not a snake. You're being slimy.
And snakes actually aren't slimy. They're scaly. What is slimy? Like a slug? Like a slug, right? Wait, what is
and if you call me a slug for once,
a slug is slimy.
Yeah, because slimy is like, oh, you're doing the slow and steady move to shadiness, and you're like, oh, I feel dirty. Like you got to wash your hands after that. Like I think Mayci was like, I got to wash my hands after seeing what she's dropping.
I mean, the vibe that we got from Mayci was that it seems like she is washing her hands clean of the Whitney friendship. I think that overall, the feeling that I got from her was that she's just sort of apathetic at the moment. It's crazy because Whitney seems to be doing the most on social media to, I guess, get her side out there. I'm not really sure, but both she and Taylor, because both of them came in studio, when we asked about Whitney, they just seemed very non-phased about it. They're confused.
I hope she's happy. Yeah.
They're a little bit confused because I think that even Mayci was having trouble connecting the dots of what Whitney meant by sharing the screenshot of that text message, because when I read it back,
also, when you have to put your phone in horizontal for the screenshot of the text, it's too much.
It was a lot of words.
It's a lot of. You want me to zoom in?
As
Mayci Gray, not this Mayci, would say, I try, but I don't got that much time.
I did have the time, and I did read it, and I just thought overall it was two girls expressing their feelings. Not even that, just explaining how it was a lot of Whitney explaining why she wanted to separate herself from the group at the moment. I think it was during the baby mama launch, and she was explaining why she couldn't go or didn't want to go, and then Mayci was just like, okay girl, like whatever, do your thing. So
Unfollow.
That scene was so it wasn't Macy's idea to unfollow Whitney during the baby mama launch party. That was our queen.
Baby mama launch party. I'm obsessed. This is why new reality shows are such a gift. They unfollowed her all at the baby mama launch party. Yeah, they did.
And it was Jesse's bright idea, but when Jesse came up with the idea, it was like, okay, the countdown to the baby mama launch. If Whitney doesn't walk through the door to show her support for Mayci, we are all going to unfollow her at the same time. And so Mayci catches wind of it and she's like, don't love that, but whatever, do your thing, girls. And so she's on stage, and then all the girls are waiting like in the, I guess it was like a little dance floor area while Macy's on stage, and the countdown is happening. And they have their phones out. I mean, I think they're excited about Baby Mama, but I think they're a little bit more.
There's a new,
They're more excited.
Big drama, Baby Mama, yeah.
To unfollow Whitney, and so yeah, the clock strikes midnight or whatever happens. We hit the 10, whatever it was, and they all unfollowed her. So,
but they are saying that Whitney, while they're like, y'all saw the show, you saw how she acted. Let her know accordingly. They're not loving the shame that she's getting for like looks and etc. And Taylor also opened.
Wait, okay. Before we get to that, I did think it was really sweet that despite this sort of, seemingly contentious feud on social media, they did come to Whitney's defense, because I guess, she doesn't have the hair extension. She has a different hairstyle. Mm-hmm. Maybe people are coming for that. But basically what they were saying is that you're not going to come for her looks because that's not cool. And then
while she's actively 7 months
right,
pregnant.
Yeah, she's pregnant and she has her short hair, and that's okay.
And also, judge someone by their character.
Right, exactly, not their looks.
Yeah.
But like you were mentioning, Taylor she had some funny things to say about like comparisons between her and a certain Arthur
celebrity,
her
doppelganger allegedly,
who stars on the animated series Arthur. Okay, Taylor and Mayci from The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. It is such a joy and honor and privilege to have you in studio here in New York City. You came all the way from Utah just for me and Daniel.
Yes.
So thank you so much. It hasn't even been a week since the show premiered,
like
and
4 days.
It's blown up the world, the internet.
It's everywhere.
Shocking.
It's crazy.
We're shocked.
Yeah, we're like in disbelief.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, what is life?
And I mean, me and Evan both binged it in one day. I don't know how you watched it, but I know you haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
Are we waiting for a special type of popcorn? What's happening?
Yeah.
No. So I split my kids. So like obviously 50-50, and we got back into town. I had my little time with them, and then we left, yesterday. So I just chose to spend it with them and not watch it. Mm-hmm. I really want to be focused in though, and not like having the mom and do. I want to watch it, and listen. So
It's
time.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit anxiety of there too. Like I'm like,
It's not ready to see
what are you scared of specifically? I know obviously as two people who binged it in a day, you and Dakota certainly go through it. I know it wasn't easy for you. You were heavily pregnant throughout the entire season. Is there a part of you that's scared to watch the tougher moments of your relationship play back, and are you fearful that might impact your current dynamic, having to relive that?
Maybe there's a little bit of that. Like I'm like, I could be triggered easily, and so I think if I'm watching that and listening to it over, and like, because I think there's a lot that's cut out though that I did. It was like a whole therapy session of lots of emotions, and so as she's saying, there's so much that's cut out, so maybe it's not even in there. So I thought in my head, I'm like scared to go like watch that again.
Things that get cut out. I mean, I'll leave it to Whitney's Instagram and TikTok because she's filling in a lot of blanks for herself. It seems. How are we? How's the energy with her current social media?
Energy? How would you say that?
I thought we were good, but maybe we're not, because then I saw her posting personal messages for everyone to see, and I'm like, that's slimy, especially because she didn't text me back when I asked her how she was doing a couple days before this. So I'm like, I literally reached out to see how you're doing, and then you're randomly not responding, posting her messages online. So I'm like, that's amazing. So
amazing.
She's just rolling with her role.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, geez, like, okay, I don't know. I'm confused by it. I'm shocked by it. I don't know what's going on. So I have no idea where we stand.
What point do you think she's trying to prove by sharing those messages? Because I was reading them and trying to figure out what the mic drop was.
Yeah.
You're telling me, because she blocked out the top dates. I'm like, what is this proving? In my interview, I literally said, she did not text me, call me the night of my event. I didn't say before, I said the night of my event. So I'm like, I don't know what this is proving either. Maybe she's just trying to say that she has reached out, like, after the event. I'm not sure, to be honest.
Do you feel a lot of this is because she thought she was gonna kind of be like the most beloved person, and then kind of watching back and seeing everyone's reaction, she's like, oh, I did that. That was that. You know what I mean? She's kind of coming to terms with her actions and behavior. I
have no idea, to be honest. I don't think she planned on like being like the villain per se. So I don't know if I really don't know what she's upset about, to be honest. I mean, I say that, but I get it. She's getting a lot of hate on the internet. So if I was in her position, I probably wouldn't be too happy. And we also both feel for her because like she's getting bullied. Like it's pretty bad, and like we would never want to see that. I would never want to see that for anyone. And so like I understand maybe why she's going. I say going rogue because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know. Like, I thought we were good. I guess we're not. Like, I don't know.
And it seems like she's threatening to drop more receipts. What more do you think she has to share?
I wouldn't know what that would be, to be honest.
No, it's just funny. I'm, like, curious what they are, too. I'm like...
But, like, receipts on what? Like, I'm confused.
That's why it's curious. That's why it's interesting.
I mean, receipts on reality TV shows are kind of... They come in clutch for the ladies and gentlemen on it a lot. Do either of you... Do you have things in your back pocket that you're like, oh, wait, if we want to go, we can go?
I mean, like...
I haven't thought that far.
Y'all could be, like, ribbon dancing with receipts, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's not my personality to do that, because I'm like, why are we putting so much energy into this? Like, this is just stupid.
I think that's her issue with me, is I never responded, so there's not much there with me. I'm like, I was never, like, never said much, so that was the issue. You know, I didn't try hard enough. But I have reached out and said I'm here for her. Like, I know she's going through a hard time. I've been there, so I was like, I'm here for you, and I don't know what she's feeling.
I don't know. I think she's maybe in just like a dark place because she is getting so much hate. So like again, like we feel for her.
It's not even about TV though. Just that it's like also like her like looks are being like.
It's beyond like what she did on the show, which I think is really sad and slimy of people. Like let's not talk about like the way people look online.
But so is mine. It's so bad. Maybe that's why I'm afraid. Yeah, I got called. Is it Francine from?
Oh my God, not Francine from Arthur.
No!
First of all, Francine is an icon, and she is a cute little girl, but I do not think that you resemble Francine. Please.
They're like Taylor pregnant as Francine.
Do not let that sit with
anybody
you,
referencing Arthur is old enough to be applying some and also they shouldn't be throwing shade. You know what I mean?
I wish I hadn't seen it, but it's fine. I'm not Francine, I'm Frankie, okay?
Oh my God. Wait, kind of with that, I mean, you guys are obviously no strangers to TikTok trolls, fans, everything like that. But reality TV, it does open you up to like a completely different ball game. Have you guys heard anything extra crazy about you lately that you're like, huh?
I think a little bit. Like, I think people take things from the show and they like misconstrue what it is. Like, I've seen certain things where it's like, Macy's the master manipulator. She played both sides the whole time. And I'm like, I wish I was smart enough to think to do that, because I was just trying to survive in between like two groups and I was just trying to make everyone happy. But that's how you saw it, then that's fine. But definitely wasn't the case.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything new. I mean, I've, gone through it already before. I think the Francine was the only new one I saw. So.
If that's the worst it's getting recently, that's not that bad.
Yeah, I was like, obviously I knew with being pregnant there would come with things like that, even though it's like, I would never probably do that to, I didn't think people do that to a pregnant girl, but like, it's fine.
People are brutal though.
Yeah.
Besides, obviously, Whitney not loving the reception and reaction to the show.
Yeah.
How are the rest of the girls? Because like you said, a lot of them are flying in. You guys are going to all be hanging out. Is the rest of the group in a good place?
I'm kind of curious about Jen Affleck, because that was really tough towards the end of the season between her and Zach.
I think it's been tough on her. I mean, I don't know how to, I don't want to speak for her, but I texted her yesterday to see how she's doing, and she said it's been hard for sure.
Yeah.
And I can imagine that, because like people are attacking her relationship, and I mean, for good reason, as you saw on the show, like there's some issues there, but like I know they're really working hard on it, and I think that Zach is really trying to change, and so we hope the best that he can change and that they can be happy.
Yeah. We haven't really talked with any of them though closely, I feel like, since they released.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like you don't want to like, you're like nervous if they're gonna like be annoyed about something, or just kind of like been busy?
No, like been busy. We're in group messages and they're going all day.
The group message is constantly flowing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like no one. It doesn't seem like anyone's upset with each other, from what I can see.
No.
And I mean, this was obviously like everyone is talking about the show. It is taking over. Are you guys hopeful for a season 2? Like, would you, after doing the first round of this experience? I mean, I know you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Is this something like you want to show more of your lives off? Is there any person you would want to be like, oh, they should come in the mix? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would do it again for sure.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know who I would want in the mix. I know who I wouldn't want, but like.
What do you not want?
No, I'm not even from the cast. I'm just saying.
No, but I know. That's what we can name some names that we don't know. I love to name names.
There is some word on the street that some girls were approached about doing the show who were more involved in the sex swinging scandal who decided not to do the show. Yeah. Would you encourage some of those girls to join? Or are they kind of like, we're not messing with Taylor
I mean, I wouldn't encourage it, but if they did, I mean, best of luck. Like, I will say what I need to say. Like, you know?
Do you think Jenna could potentially join season 2 because that finale, that cliffhanger, I thought the twist was Whitney leaving Mom Talk, and then you have a little conversation with Jenna and she's like, I'm gonna tell you everything.
Yeah.
Did she ever tell you everything, or are we waiting for cameras to pick back up?
I mean, we gotta wait for those cameras for everything, but you know, we'll see. If we get a season 2, then you'll all know as well.
Yeah.
Would if she comes into the filming scene, how are you gonna be handling her?
I think everyone knows, and so that's why they're probably going to push for that. Yeah, I think there would be there'd be triggers there for sure.
Taylor's gonna get a little activated.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I don't know how that's gonna go. I worry about that.
In the Mom Talk world, you guys can have a dance off.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just do a little TikTok dance and everything's good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if it were only that easy.
Great.
Well, the easiest thing ever is us talking to you because we could talk to you guys for hours and hours. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you
we
for
appreciate it.
Thank you.
So yeah, she's getting called Francine.
Wait, do you know who else used to get called Francine?
Who?
Bachelor Ben Flajnik, I forget how to say his last name, but Bachelor Ben from like 2012. He had this haircut that was like so Francine coded, like so severely Francine coded. Please look it up while I explain this to you. So he was the Bachelor and he chose Courtney, who was like a super villain. They broke up, and afterwards he like ended up dating Kris Jenner for a little bit. With his like total Francine moment.
Yeah.
Doesn't it look like Francine?
Yeah.
Wait, describe what you're seeing. So right now Danny is looking at a picture of Ben from The Bachelor, who has been famously compared to Francine.
It's giving biblical parting of the seas for the middle part. I've never seen hair part that intensely with a purpose.
It's very purposeful, and you almost wonder if his purpose was to copy Francine, because Francine also had a biblical parting of the seas hairstyle situation, but I think she had clips, right?
She had clips.
If you're seeing side by sides,
he's got little woofs.
Can you imagine Ben with some clips?
Wait, Ben now?
Wait, is Ben looking cute now?
I don't hate this
Show
hair
me.
now.
Okay,
it's
guys,
better.
If you haven't caught up on what's going on with Ben from The Bachelor, Ben Flajnik, Flajnik. I still don't know how to pronounce it.
He got married last year.
He got married last year, and according to Danny, has a much better hairstyle. He isn't resembling Francine.
Right now, he kind of is assembling like English teacher at an underfunded school with a heart of gold.
So Danny's type. That's Danny's type.
Back to school season, baby! Yes! Okay, so I'm happy for Ben. Happy for our girls in the Mormon world. And you know what I'm so excited about?
What?
Well, I'm excited that we were able to facilitate a meeting of the minds.
Well, basically, the Mormon Wives were coming in studio the same day that Meredith Marks was coming in studio. So Utah icons in the house. And I think that both casts, because they're promoting new seasons, have been asked about
endlessly about it. And like,
no one really knows anyone yet.
Until this week, when Danny and I facilitated a truly magical moment. Taylor Mayci ran into Meredith Marks in the hallway. They took a photo. There was some video footage. It was truly such a special moment that I think a lot of reality TV fans were waiting for. And it was so fun to like ask Meredith about them and ask them about Meredith, because everyone's intrigued by each other. Because did you see that even Heather Gay was like, I would love to host the reunion for the show.
Yeah, and she should.
She should.
It's like from The Bad Mormon.
From the Good Time Girl?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She should totally do that. I wonder if she could work it out with Bravo to do that for Hulu, because that would honestly make so much sense.
It would make a lot of sense. It would make more sense than whatever reason Mary is deciding to not be friends anymore with her girl Meredith Marks.
I know, yeah. Obviously, we had to ask Meredith about the demise of her friendship with Mary, which we see in the trailer for the new season of Salt Lake City. And I thought we were going to get more clarification, but it seems like even Meredith is still very confused. She came in her Audrey Hepburn best to the breakfast at Tiffany's party, then got kicked out, and I think she was hurt.
She felt used.
Yeah.
And what shook me the most is that Mary called her the night before saying, I'm doing this theme for you.
Yeah, so crazy. I mean, so she said she felt used, and I guess there's sort of this undercurrent of, Mary, did you befriend me?
Mary, did you know?
Oh, Mary
knows.
She would have. Yeah, she has a direct line to Christ.
Yeah, she's like, I knew before you knew. Who?
I still sitting here don't really understand where this conflict came from with Mary, and I didn't at the time either. And it seemed like she was picking a fight with me over some things that didn't even happen and some things that we had talked about a long time ago. And so it was really weird to me. And I'm like, I don't even understand why we have a problem here. And so all I could think of was, okay, well, maybe I was, we were never really friends. Maybe you just used me when no one else would talk to you and I was there for you. Now suddenly you have, some other people that you're friends with in the group, and maybe I'm just not necessary anymore.
Do you regret keeping...
And that's okay.
Looking back on it now, do you regret keeping her name in the mix, knowing the way she treated you this season?
No, because, I don't operate... I know a lot of the women, they'll constantly say, it's tit for tat, it's tit for tat. And I don't operate in a tit for tat life. Yeah. I do what I feel is right, and I feel like how I handled things with Mary was right, and I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't go backwards. It's not about like, oh, I did this for you and now you're not nice to me. It's just, it makes me feel used. That's all.
But Meredith doesn't know why Mary decided to call it quits on their friendship, because I think Meredith was cool with her until Mary started acting out of place. And then you had a really good point. You were like, did Angie have anything to do with this? Because Mary and Angie surprisingly are BFFs now, and as we all know, Meredith and Angie aren't super fond of each other, but she didn't seem to think that had anything to do with anything, unless there were conversations happening that I think it's going to be a very privy to.
Foretelling season potentially in that regard. I don't know. I love that Meredith said that Mary turned her on to the Dawn spray dish soap, so maybe they can use that to clean up this act.
Clean it up, yeah.
To have some good friendship. I don't know. I'm hopeful.
I'm hopeful too, because I just feel bad for Meredith. Like, she is the only one who maintained a friendship with her over the years during her hiatus from the show when Mary was essentially canceled. Meredith offered her a shoulder to lean on and an ear to talk to. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, what do you think is behind Mary cozying up to Angie K as a friend? I
feel maybe Mary kind of is like, I didn't know Angie, and now I'm like, I'll get to know her a little bit. She seems, and also Angie to me seems like someone, and this isn't shade,
okay, what are you gonna say?
Of someone who's like very willing to align with the vibe of who is now being friendly with them. You know what I mean? Like,
so she's adaptable.
She's adaptable and wants to get along with everybody. So like, she was whopping with Jen Shaw. She's like, this is all fun. So now she's kind of like, Mary's like, Mary has a little lamb now. That's basically what I'm getting at.
Lambs are adorable.
Adorable, and especially a lamb in a Gucci glasses.
Wait.
My favorite dream.
Speaking of WAP, Meredith did have something really funny to say about that. So if you guys remember, Angie K was a backup dancer for Jen Shaw in a WAP TikTok, I think with Monica Garcia too. Okay, so it was the three of them dancing to WAP, and Meredith was basically saying that she thought Angie K made a better backup dancer for Jen Shaw than she does a real housewife. So I just... Meredith, she's icy sometimes. She's so funny. I feel like people don't give her enough credit for being funny. She is kind of coming into her own as a shade assassin.
And also could be interpreted as a compliment because the last backup dancer on Bravo was Ariana Madix.
Oh.
And now look at her. So,
okay.
Angie K could be in Chicago.
Yeah. I would like to see it.
I would like to say. I feel she would be much better. Angie K wouldn't be Roxy. I could see her as like the jail woman's role, whose name I'm forgetting.
Like the jail warden.
I want to say Mama Cass, but it's not Mama Cass. But it's Mama something because when you're good to Mama.
It's Mama K. Mama K.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Angie K. I hope hopefully we get the chance to talk to her this season because I've never really had a moment with Angie K. And I honestly, I know Meredith isn't a big fan of her, but I really appreciate her contributions to the franchise. And I think that she does make a really good housewife. I like the aesthetic. I like the vibe. I like
in a world where so many people are doing small sunglasses, I love, because I like a big sunglass. And I like that she is continuing to commit to it because she's like, I'm not gonna do the norm. I'm gonna do me.
Right. And I also, thinking about Angie K and Meredith, you know, I don't think that it's impossible for them to develop a friendship because I didn't think it was possible for Meredith and Lisa to repair their friendship after feuding so hard, not on last season of Salt Lake City, the season prior during the hot mic tantrum moment, but, you know, even last season, while they did have a cute little coffee talk and were able to be civil, it was still a little tense. And then even, you know, last season ended with Lisa kind of coming for Meredith saying, like, I think you're behind all this online BS, and then it became the reality Von T show, and they never got to really address it. But apparently Lisa was super apologetic about, you know, participating in the social circle that way.
Rumors.
Yeah. And Meredith appreciated the apologies, and now they're good. But she did say that it feels like, well, she compared it to like a second marriage.
I know.
I thought that was like a really,
it's like a rebirth. It's a rebirth.
A rebirth, yeah. No,
like Tamara becoming a beautiful butterfly.
Yes. No, I was following what she was saying because what she was saying is that she and Seth like have been through some rocky moments, and apparently they have some rocky moments on this season. But they worked through it, and they worked it out to where I think she feels like they have a better marriage because of the work that they put in to fix whatever issues that they had. And so what she was saying is that she and Lisa have like a new friendship that I guess kind of in a way feels like a second marriage vibe situation. So I'm excited for them. I like Lisa and Meredith together.
I love them together, and I will never forget truly how many things can change. When Salt Lake City first came out, and I think a lot of people had this issue because I was like, I can't tell them apart. And now I laugh because I'm like, they do look so different. But now that I like love these women so much and like they have such different personalities, everything like that. And now that they became friends, like they're friends again.
We need to do a study on that because I too had the same issue, and so many people that I talked to, like collectively, I think like all Bravo viewers had trouble deciphering them. And they're both brunettes and Sagittariuses, but like they look very different from each other.
Something about that first, I was like, I don't know.
It was so tough, yeah. But you kind of did group them together from the jump, and it's nice that the gals are getting back together.
Do we think the girls are getting along in Mexico right now?
What girls are you talking about?
Lou, Shannon, Giselle, and Ashley, because they're filming Hotel Love. Is it called?
The Love Hotel, I think, is the working title. But yeah, as we all know, that foursome, they are looking for love, looking for a lasting, like a everlasting love. Yeah, I think it's like husband vibes, right? Yeah.
I feel to varying degrees, yes.
Yeah, so it's a dating
I hope
show.
they have some, because I feel, well, all those ladies I feel could be in the market for some fun. I mean, Giselle has been having her fun with Jason, but I feel the other ladies have been through it in the relationship department. And I hope they get like a few, because it's 3 weeks of filming, I hope they got a week and a half of just like some good old fun. Yeah. And then we can lock it down at that.
I like the group of girls too. I think that Ashley, Giselle, Shannon, and Luann will have great chemistry. I know that when we chatted with Luann, she's super excited. She told producers she wants hot Latin European. Honestly, I think she's just looking for like a man with a summer home. You know, which
who among us not?
Which is same.
Any English teachers in the summer home, let me know. Like, please, I'll like just like grading the papers. I'm like, babe, stop working. It's September.
I don't know Ashley or Giselle that well. Of course, I've seen them at BravoCon and things like that. Shannon, I did a little bit more work with. I can't remember exactly where, but we were changing together in some hotel room.
So you know each other.
Okay, yeah, so we know each other. Yeah. We saw each other's derrieres.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good foreshadowing for a dating show. Yeah.
Right? So yeah, I'm super excited about this. And, you know, it's just the four of us. And I don't know how many guys they're bringing around. No, I don't know.
you and Shannon, you've known each other for a little bit. This is such a great moment for her too, because she has been through the ringer with John Jansen and Alexis Bellino. What is your take on that whole situation as her friend? And it seems like this love triangle drama mess is just blowing up the Bravoverse.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt, right? Yeah. I mean, and this guy, I mean, what kind of guy does a thing like that? I know, right? I know. On the same TV show now we are. It's like, really? Yeah. Oh, I would hate it. I would really have a tough time with it. Kind of been scorned by this guy. I'm not even going to blame the woman. Well, I don't know if I blame the woman or not.
Have you met Alexis?
I think it takes two to tango, right?
Do you know Alexis at all?
No, not at all. No.
No. Don't want to see her derriere.
But I'm not going to bring my boyfriend around her.
Yeah. I know. I think I'm excited to watch all their energies together.
I know. Well, because like Luann and Shannon specifically have such strong, specific energies, and Luann was telling us that she's known Shannon for a while. Like they've worked together, they've done events together.
She saw her derriere.
Yeah, they were changing in a hotel room together at some point. But I can't imagine their energies mixing. I think it'd be a fun mix. I can't see it yet, so I can't wait to actually see it on this show.
And also like watch, because I'm just thinking of Giselle on the Ultimate Girls Trip, where she's like getting to know people, and she's kind of like, Giselle lets you know.
I know
how she feels.
I can't wait for Giselle to. I just have a feeling she's gonna read some of these men up and down and into the ground.
Oh, desperately cannot wait for that while Ashley's doing TikTok dances. Ashley should join Mom Talk.
Ashley would thrive on Mom Talk. Oh my God. Ashley, if you're watching, we are highly encouraging you to not leave Potomac, but maybe summer in Utah and film season 2 of The Secret Lives of Mormon. Honestly, I think Ashley, because she is kind of in her non-alcoholic era right now. Wait, that sounded wrong. She's drinking non-alcoholic beverages because she has decided to stop drinking. I don't want to... That did not sound good. Anyways, a lot of the Mormons, they don't drink, and they love
fun soda.
They love 44-ounce sodas from Swig, and they love doing TikTok dances, and they really care about their hair. Ashley has beautiful hair.
They care about their babies. Ashley has lovely babies.
They're open about their plastic surgery. So is Ashley.
Yeah. Wait.
Ashley, please join the
That would
Secret Lives of
bring
Mormon.
us so much life. And I don't know. I could see her. Maybe the man she meets in Mexico is from Utah.
A Mormon from Utah. I can see it. I can see it.
I love that.
I would love that as well. Okay, so if we can manifest anything from this show with Luann, Ashley, Giselle, and Shannon, it is that Ashley finds herself a nice Utah man and goes to participate in the next season of Mormon Wives.
Luann gets a summer home in Spain or the south of France.
Shannon finds a man who is so hot and so nice and loves her and Archie.
Yes. And Giselle finds a man who can handle her fun remarks, but also lets her like wine and dine her. Because like she needs someone who's like, babe, I got it. You know what I mean?
Right, because I feel like Giselle...
like Giselle saying.
Right. Well, no, honestly, like I feel like she's been, I know that Jamal is involved in her daughter's lives, but I essentially from what
she's running point on
their lives, it's been giving single mom for a long time, and I feel like she's probably like tired. She works hard, and like you said, she deserves a man who is gonna just not that she needs to be taken care of,
but she deserves to be taken care of.
Exactly.
Yes.
And Giselle, if you don't find a man, Danny and I will take care of you.
Oh,
as much as we can. As much as we can.
Until the sun goes down, then you're on your own, girl.